There are so many platforms now that are built for flicking through the hundreds of thousands of photos that are taken every day very quickly. And I think a great photo stops you in your tracks and stops you flicking past it and makes you think twice and maybe makes you smile. My photos are a bit of an anecdote for selfie culture. I prefer to kind of look outward. My name is James Popsys. I'm a conceptual photographer from London, England, and this is my Flickr moment. I first discovered photography a few years ago when I went on a round-the-world trip with my girlfriend. When I got back, I would go around London taking photos of buildings, of people, of buses, anything that was visually appealing to me. But I quickly became disillusioned with it because I would look to my left or my right and see people taking exactly the same photo, or I'd see the same photo online that someone had taken 2 weeks ago. It was difficult to be original in such a huge city where photos of everything have been taken. But around about the same time, I discovered Photoshop, and that changed everything for me. That opened so many doors in my mind as to what was possible. I'm not great at painting, I'm not a wonderful writer, but with a camera and a little bit of Photoshop knowledge, I'm able to create things that come straight out of my mind. The first photo I did that made me want to keep doing it was rough landing. I went and stood outside Heathrow Airport taking photos of planes for 2 or 3 hours in the cold, and I found a countryside scene that I thought it would look cool to land in. It took an awful long time, that edit, but it was the point at which I realised this is what I wanted to do. Lazy Morning was a photo I wanted to do because Big Ben is such an iconic part of London. I happened to be next to my sleeping mask when I was thinking of the idea. It may or may not have a political meaning depending on who looks at the photo. I'd say my favourite photo to date is a photo called Overground. I shot it all on my iPhone and it took maybe 4 or 5 minutes to get each of the shots. It was edited in 20 minutes and yet it's by far my most popular photo to date on Instagram, and it has nearly 100,000 notes in Tumblr. People on Reddit have discussed whether or not it's actually a real scene, which is crazy. That really kind of showed me that you don't need any expensive equipment to do this. Really, it's the idea that counts. I hope ultimately that my images bring some positivity and good news to the world. Having people say that my work is inspiring or made them smile makes me feel hugely grateful and further inspired to create more.